A very pleasant, God bless and good morning to each and every one of you, and welcome to the Herb Maze, the man and drive that traveled I-75 to tell you how to survive and stay alive while you are out on I-75. It's a lovely, beautiful day right here in this lovely, beautiful city of Cartersville, Georgia, and we are roughly at 35 ticks coming up on the hour of 11 o'clock, and we on a February the 10th day of 2118 right here in this United States of America, where I'm so glad to be right here in this lovely, beautiful United States of America. And we got a fine guest that's coming on with us this morning, Mr. Henry Twiggs, traveling all the way out of Muscle Shoals, Alabama, roughly about 200 miles away from Cartersville. Now, you know, that is a blessing to have someone to travel the distance that he has traveled from, and he's traveling with some valuable information that you can carry on vacation, I should say, and some news that you can use. It's a lovely, beautiful day, as I quoted to you, right here in Cartersville, Georgia, and welcome all you fine people that check in with the man and drive traveling I-75, and we got a wonderful engineer on duty today, Brother Durham. He makes sure that the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. So we are here to have a good time. And I must say to you, it's going to be inclement weather for the next few days. So you want to carry your umbrella today with you, because you never know when rain is going to come down on you. And be careful when you go to these shopping centers, because you got all kinds of thugs, some of them on drugs, and so anything that's conspicuous in a car, they don't have time to just take time. They'll knock your windows out and they'll take everything in your car. So be careful today. Moving, and the clock is at 37 ticks, coming up on the hour of 11 o'clock. And reiterating what I quoted to you, I got a wonderful guest, Mr. Henry Twiggs, traveling all the way out of the state of Alabama just to be with the man and drive traveling I-75. And really one of the former roads that I used to convey from Louisville, Kentucky, is the man and drive traveling I-65. So he's on one of those roads that I have left behind, not left behind, but I'm not using that road at the particular time, because I'm the man and drive traveling I-75 right here in America, the man and drive of America, the traveling man. So good morning and welcome to the Herb Maze program there, Mr. Henry Twiggs.
Good morning, Mr. Mays, and thank you for inviting me to your show.
It's good to see you.
Well, it's good to see you, sir, and it's good to be here. It's a blessing to be here.
You're looking wonderful. You're looking super wonderful.
Well, thank you. I give all praises to the Lord for the way I look and for my health, and I thank Him for giving me a safe trip here, and hopefully that your viewing audience will get some good out of what we're trying to accomplish this morning.
Well, thank you so much for your time, your valuable time traveling out of the state of Alabama, the heart of the Dixie. So that's the name of the sort of state that, like Georgia on my mind. That's the state song here. So the anthem over there is the heart of Dixie. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it, but I don't know whether they have a song on the heart of Dixie. But I do know that they recognize Alabama is the heart of the Dixie state.
Yes, sir. It's also known as, in football, being number one almost every year, so that's a good thing. However, I like to talk about highway safety.
Okay.
And I like to first compliment the people of Georgia, because you're not in the top 10 as far as highway accidents and highway deaths. Your state is one of the few states that advocate and teach your automobile drivers how to work around the tractor trailers. I am a tractor trailer driver. I've been doing long distance driving for 46 years. I haven't had an accident, and that's a blessing. We thank God for that. My program, my mission, I believe from God, is to try to decrease the number of highway accidents we have every year. Every year in America, 43,000 people get killed on the highways in accidents. The number one killer of teenagers in America is highway accidents, because although they take driver's ed in school, they don't get a chance to learn how to drive around tractor trailers, how to merge onto highways and stuff like that. So that's my mission right now, is trying to educate the people about the dangers of driving in America.
Driving in America. Okay, that's wonderful. You have brought that information to us, and let me do a little bit of overview here. What's going on? Let me say this, Mr. Henry Twiggs. 99.5% of the U.S. population, 13 to 18, attend school. 24 million, 5 million teenagers are enrolled in school. 75% of those teenagers indicate no faith. 85% of those young people, adults, etc., become Christians before the age of 17. And let me say this, roughly about 90% of the young people as well watch or participate in sports. Those are some numbers there, all right?
Yes, sir.
And so let me say this. We got some people that's going to be doing some real good things around Rome, Georgia. Let's see, the NAACP. Okay, can I get you to read that for me, that announcement?
It says, keep calm and do home dialysis. The NAACP ACE Dialysis Health Forum is for patients, caregivers, clinicians, community members, and health advocates. There will be a panel of experts educating how to assess home dialysis treatment options, blood pressure checks, diabetes check, nutritional information, and free literature will be available. Events is free and open to the public. Pre-registration not required. Hosted by Rome Floyd Company Branch NAACP, Samuel Malone, President, and Georgia State NAACP Health Committee, Dr. Beulah Teachery, and State Health Chairperson. The date is February 24th, 2018. Time, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Location, Kelsey Adcock Bureau Building, 41 Washington Drive, Rome, Georgia, 30161. It's important, if you're interested in this, that you would go and participate in this program.
Correct. Now, there's another announcement. You got getting you to do some announcements. So, giving you, you've been in the TV, radio program, so it's not hard for you to do.
Our Community United presents third annual Heart United Gathering event, Racial Healing and Reconciliation, featuring guest speaker Reverend Eric S.C. Manning of Mother Emanuel AME Church, Charleston, South Carolina. That happens to be my hometown. February the 15th, 2018 at 6 p.m., the Wilder Center at First United Methodist Church. After the tragic loss of 9 members at a Bible study, it takes someone of significance to say, we're going to de-escalate this. We're going to walk together. We're going to talk together, because there is one commonality that we all share. We are all human beings, and I second that opinion. The way our country is going today, I think we need to unite on a spiritual level, because in Washington we're in disarray. Our country is separated, and a country divided cannot survive.
Correct. Okay, now we want to not go too far down the road here. 44 coming up on the hour of 11 o'clock, friends, and it's roughly about, I'd say about 40 degrees out there, and look for an inclement type day. It's going to be raining, so make sure you carry your umbrella, and I would say umbrella, all right? So you want to make sure that you get yourself prepared. So before we go any further, Brother Henry, we need to acknowledge God.
Yes, sir. Father in heaven, we thank you for the blessing of the day of being here to impart this information, to speak on your behalf of the unity that we need in our country. Father, we thank you for the blessings of another day of life, and we ask for you to bless us as we try to share and understand that we're all here to serve. In this name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Moving, and the clock is at 45 ticks. Coming up on the hour of 11 o'clock. Precious time. Now we're getting right back to where we started with you about your ministry and what you are doing and how you're doing it and where you're doing it and why you're doing it.
Well, God has moved me to start an organization called the American Truckers Brotherhood. And this organization, we have 3 million licensed CDL drivers in America of all races, all nationalities, all religion. We are not against any of them. We are asking people to join us as we ask the drivers of America to lead the way in making our highways the safest highways in America, specifically Alabama, because Alabama, Louisiana, South Carolina, Mississippi, those are in the top 10s of highway accidents. In Alabama, we only have 250 state troopers. We need 1,000 to cover the area. So we need to recruit more state troopers, and we're asking the truckers to advocate that happens. We're also asking truckers, because we are one of the largest workforces in America, to drive safely, to not speed when it's unnecessary, to not change lanes, to carry yourself in a professional manner in the way you speak and the way you dress and the way you conduct yourself when you're in truck stops. We're asking them to lead the way and to show America that we can reduce the deaths and the accidents in America. You have these attorneys who tell you, have a truck accident, come see me. He don't tell you that you may not be able to come see him if you hit a truck. Your car's about 4,000 to 5,000 pounds. The average truck empty is 30,000 pounds. You do the math. You're going to get crushed, or you're going to be in a wheelchair. So whatever money he's talking about giving you might go to your family. It won't hardly go to you, or you might not be able to enjoy it. So these are things that we are advocating, that our truckers take time to drive professionally. One of the things that we find in America is our roads are very good. They're designed by engineers who select the speed limits that you can go safely down the highway. So if the speed limit say 70 or 75 is in some state, it doesn't mean run 90. And there's signs that tell you how to merge, what lane to be in. Follow those things. One of my pet peeves are people who are driving 70 miles an hour, one right behind the other. So when there's an accident, you have a collision of 10 or 15 cars all at one time, all trucks. So these are the things that we're advocating that you pay attention to. Good. So my program is putting rather special emphasis on education, Brother Henry. I tell these young people to stay in school as well as adults. If you're not finished high school, adults, go back and get yourself a high school diploma. That's right.
And I also tell the young people, make sure that when they finish high school, if they choose not to go to college, make sure that they go to a technical school such as truck driving. Get yourself a CDL license. And also, if you don't want that, go to culinary arts school. Get yourself a degree being a chef. If you don't like that, go to school and get yourself a heating and air conditioner degree. And also plumbing and electrical. Those areas are really needed. And being a mechanic, also a cosmetologist, also a welder, heavy equipment operator. It just goes on and on and on. And in the medical field, there's an array of jobs. In the medical field, you could be an X-ray technician, you could be an assistant to the doctor. They got a lot of practitioners out now, so you got to get yourself educated, because education is the key that's going to open a lot of doors for you. And I also address the dress code, Brother Henry. I tell the young men to pull their pants up above their butts and get those tattoos off their necks and their faces. And the young girls, I tell them to pull their dresses down, keep their legs crossed, get those piercing out of their mouths, because I don't want to be, if I'm dating being with some young lady, I don't want to be kissing and swallowing metal. So that's what I convey across these airways. And I also tell the young men as well as young women, stay out of the back seat of a police cruiser. Don't be a loser. Stay out of the back seat of a police cruiser, because you will automatically become a loser. And those blue and white cars, they're not taxi drivers for real. They will pick you up and carry you down to the Crossbar Hotel, and you know what the Crossbar Hotel is: jail cells, all right? And also tell the young guys and young girls to stay out of these gangs. Gangs is no hope for you. They only cripple you and have yourself in a problem situated in life where you can never go nowhere in life, and you'll create another major crime. And I also talk about crime prevention. Let's work on crime prevention before it happened, not talk about after it happened. We all can be doing something right here in the United States of America, and we can be moving forward. And what we must do is get behind the president. Let's stop ridiculing and criticizing, talking about what is not being done and they're not doing nothing for you. What are you doing for yourself? This is your time in America. You do something with time instead of ridiculing, running around, doing nothing. And you're talking about all these Black Lives Matters. Let me rectify that statement. All lives matters, because God created heaven and earth. He didn't create just one perspective. He created all of us here. So let's confiscate all this crazy lunatic stuff going on in this country, burning, looting, and tearing down. You only crippling America. If you're destructive, you're not helping America. Let's start to being constructive in this great country. So I just want to convey that information across these airways, Brother Henry, because it needs to be conveyed. And see, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of no man, because God made me, and God's got the plans, and I don't fear no man, and I don't carry no inferiority complex. I think superior. So you need to learn how to think for yourself and stop allowing people to manipulate you and brainwash you. So I just want to convey that across on this program. And what I must do, I'll do my record now, Brother Henry, if you don't mind. I hope you got time and patience to listen to it. My name is Herb Mays. I'm the man in drive. I usually ride down I-75. Shucking and jiving is not my game. Doing what's right help me keep a good name. My advice to all of you who will lend an ear is to respect God and keep your mind clear. Go to school and learn all you can. Don't let your mind sift like sand. You think using drugs makes you tough? They'll only turn you into a cream puff. So stay away from all that mess. Let God lead and guide you. He'll show you what's best. A policeman can be a friend to you, but in the backseat of their cars, you look like a fool. Here in America, there's much to do, and don't forget the golden rules, and don't forget this very day you heard these tips from me, Herb Mays, the man in drive that's traveling I-75 to tell you how to survive and stay alive. So back to you, Brother Henry.
Yes. I agree with everything you said. Actually, I'm an example of that. I grew up with a single mom, not a father, in Brooklyn, New York, with two brothers and one sister. And all of us, my mother made sure that we stayed in school. She was a cosmetologist. All of us, one of my brothers is a mechanic, one of them is a house builder, my sister executive secretary. They don't have college. They went to school. They learned trades. I'm a truck driver by trade, but I'm also a writer. I went to fashion designing school, and I second the motion because if you get out of high school, I just want to say this, and you get into the trucking industry at the age of 20 or 21, all you need is a high school diploma. You need to speak English, read a map, do math to get your miles and your pay. But if you get into driving trucks, we have excellent benefits, profit sharing. You get to see America, which educates you because you find out that America is not a racist country. I admit that we do have racist people in the country, but when you go out to Utah and Oregon and all of America, you see what a beautiful country this is. And some of the companies that will hire you is company like, if you want to drive team, a company out of Eufaula, Alabama called Benny Whitehead. They go out to California. You can make as much as $70,000 a year working by yourself, $140,000 a year if you're working with a partner. If you want to drive by yourself also, they have a company out of Alabama called AMX Express, a great company. And the company I work for is called Select One out of Muscle Shoals, Alabama, family-owned company. Everybody gets to know your name. We are small. You make a very good living. So these are some of the things that you can do as a truck driver. And then you could take a trade. If you go to bump and body schools, excuse me, you get out of bump and body school, within 1 year, you could be making $50,000 fixing cars. My sons have been to college. My daughters have been to college. I have daughters with master's degrees. I have 2 grandchildren graduating from University of Michigan this year. So my siblings are getting college degrees. I'm going back to school at my age to get a college degree. So these are the things that you can do without getting a college degree. You can have a good life just like Mr. Mays say, but you have to be disciplined, as he says. You have to carry yourself in a proper manner. You have to set your goals early and don't let your friends say, if I was you, I wouldn't do that. The key is they're not you, and you have to chart your life. If you do that, you can be very successful in this world.
All righty. Thank you for that information. If you'd like to get in touch with the Man and Drive, all you got to do is call me at this number here, area code 502-608-1597, area code 502-608-1597, area code 502-608-1597. And if you would like to be a supporter of the Man and Drive, hey, we would love to get more time, and we need the finances to do such as that. And look, we got to be doing something. In other words, doing something with my time. I retired from GE roughly 27 years, and so I just didn't just stop at the clock. I was into communication since 1962, and I've been doing this radio and TV since 1962. So I'm doing something, and I need to be doing something. Maybe if I can help one person, my program is not in vain. So if you'd like to support the Man and Drive, all you got to do is just give me a call. Area code 502-608-1597. Area code 502-608-1597. Now, it's time for me to go to work now. Because I tell you, these people out there, when they tell me they support me, I got to make sure that I mention their names. Let's go to Evans Car, used car parts, friends, which is located right there on 4024 on Rockmont Highway. Where you're looking for the used parts that's hard to find, you need to check in with Evans right there in Rome, Georgia, and tell them that the Man and Drive was talking about them. You go there. They open 6 days a week, I should say, from 8 o'clock until 5 o'clock, Monday through Friday, and on the Saturdays, like 8 until 5 o'clock p.m. Now, there's a lot of you, I know you love shrimp, and you love chicken, and you love fish. So I know you love, Brother Henry, I know you love those kind of dishes, fish, chicken, and all that kind of good eating foods. And the shrimp boat, which is located right there in Rome, Georgia, at 402 on 2nd Avenue in Rome, Georgia. Now, you got a dent or bent in your old car. You want to get it straightened out? Dents and Benson, my good friend, the Dent Guy, which is located right there at 190 on Davenport Drive in, Rome, Georgia. He is the guy that can help you get yourself straightened out. If you had a collision, you got to make a decision. Make a decision to get in touch with the Dent Guy at 190 on Davenport Drive in Rome, Georgia. Hey, if you cannot stop will blow your horn and wave your hands. The dead man will know you're in the area, all right? Now, I know there's a lot of you out there whooping and coughing and smoking cigarettes, coughing at night. They're just waking up. When you go to bed, you're smoking a cigarette. When you wake up, you're smoking a cigarette. Summit Miss is the place where you can go and get all kinds of flavors. The flavors of your taste is right there at 522 on Broad Street in Rome, Georgia. Tell them that the man in drive was talking about them, right? Now, Mortuary Science, my good friend Mr. Joe Wright is at 814 on South Broad Street in Rome, Georgia. So in the needs of your situation in your family, call on Mr. Joe Wright at 814 on South Broad Street in Rome, Georgia. Now, I know there's a lot of you out there without transportation. You want to get your feet off the concrete, friends, and I got a place I can recommend you for the highest of quality of cars. Trinity Motor Car Company, which is located right there in Rome, Georgia, at 12th and Dean Street in Rome, Georgia. I was just there on yesterday, and they got a fine selection of automobiles that you can choose from, and I know you're getting your income taxes, and you want to look good in your neighborhood, and you want to drive with pride. So you want to make sure that you think of Trinity Motor Car Company, which is located right there in Rome, Georgia, at 12th and Dean Streets in Rome, Georgia, and they are a 6 days a week operation. Stop in and tell them that the man in drive was talking about them. Now, I was just at the eating place this morning, friends, at Troy's Barbecue, which is located right there in 5 Points in Rome, Georgia. Hey, let me say this. Saturday is a breakfast buffet, and I looked to see that this morning. And on, tonight, they got a big old buffet going, and you can stop there and get yourself a buffet at Troy's Barbecue right there in 5 Points in Rome, Georgia. You want to make sure that you tell them that the man in drive was talking about them. Now, you looking to get some more parts, and my friends, Martin's Auto Parts, which is located right out there on 411, they're between Bartow County and Floyd County. You are on 411, so you need to check in with them and tell them that the man in drive was talking about them. Now, I know there's a lot of you got roof problems, and you need, I got proof that the man can fix your roof. Conway Roofing, which is located right there in Rome, Georgia, and they've been in business since 1969. You want to make sure that if you need some shingles or you need your roof corrected, you want to make sure that you check in with Conway Roofing, and you can call them at this number here, area code 706 235-7333. Area code 706-235-7333. That's Conway's Roofing right there in Rome, Georgia. And so I'm having a good time right here. I'm excited about this day, and we're going right back to you there, Brother Henry. Yeah, any more information that you can convey that they can carry on vacation, and some news they can use?
Yes, sir. We have a company that called 5S Creations. I designed this sign that says following too close is dangerous, keep a safe distance. This sign is designed to go in the back of trucks, and the money that we raise from this sign, we have job programs and after school programs during the summer where school is out that are fun, educational for young people from the ages of 9 to 18 of age. They must be enrolled in school and participate in these programs. We also have programs that create employment opportunities for those between the ages of 19 and 25 years of age. Guaranteed income if they get involved with it. Our offices are located at 257 South Andrew Street in Dothan, Alabama. And you could write us there at 5S Creations, or you could call my number, 334-803-4677. That's my personal number that I'm always on the phone as I'm driving my truck. I'm not allowed to talk while I'm driving my truck without a microphone, stuff like that. But you could call that number and speak to me about these programs. And if you'd like to donate to our organization, you could donate by sending a check or money order to 5S Creations at 257 South Andrew Street. Thank you.
Okay, well, good. Now, you mentioned some trucking companies that you were going to mention their names on the program.
Yes, I talked about them earlier. One of them out of Michigan, they haul auto parts. Very good company called AD Transport. These companies that I'm talking about will hire you if you have a good driving record and you have experience. Benny Whitehead would train you if you come out of school and you have to train for about 6 months. AD Transport will not train you. You have to have 2 to 3 years experience. You can call them. They're in Canton, Michigan. Very good company, very good equipment. And also our company, Service One Trucking out of Muscle Shoals, Alabama. They do have a training program, from what I understand. Very good company, very good equipment. You run basically a whole United States, and the people are very friendly, and they get to know you. It's a small company. We're a smaller company. A larger company would be AMX Express out of Ashford, Alabama. You run not the whole country, but you get home often, and they're also good people to work for. If you want to do refrigerated carrying, then you would check a company like SRT out of Arkansas. They are the Texarkana, Arkansas. They have a training program, and you run teams or you run single. So those are some of the companies that you can work for. And as you get experience in this trucking industry, if you get specialized, I know you see the trucks going down with the heavy equipment and the security people with the flags and riding it with what they call lowboy trailers. You get into hauling specialty like cars, boats or stuff like that, yachts. That's really, really big money. That pays more than the other ones. If you're hauling gasoline, which is dangerous chemicals, those are tankers. Those pay more money. So it's just according to what you want to do.
It's up to you.
Yes, sir.
So I want to get some of these big trucking companies to get behind the man and drive while we can do more riding on I-75 and all these other states. So we'd love to have the support from these truckers.
Well, yes, sir. We'd like to try to get the support, the truckers to support this, your show, and also to recruit and hire people, because this would be a good venue for them to do that. Good. How's your family doing? My family is doing wonderful. Like I said, my wife was a Christian singer. She's a college graduate. My daughters, all three of my daughters have master's degrees and have wonderful jobs. My two sons have graduated college. My oldest son, which wanted to be here today, he's a coach at Houston Academy in Dothan, Alabama.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you get a chance to listen to this type program and as you travel, this type program that I'm doing?
I get to listen to talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio. I listen to mostly talk shows and Christian talk shows. I don't get a chance to view a show like yours because I'm on the road. I don't have a TV in my truck.
Well, education is the main emphasis that I push.
Yes, sir.
That's what I was confronting you about.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
find and listen to some of the stations promoting education, telling these young people as well as adults about education?
I think they should talk about it more. I don't hear them doing it a lot, but I think they should talk about it because education is the key. Even if you just get a high school education, the more education you get, the higher you can go. One of my sons, Solomon, is getting ready to move to Amsterdam. He's already applied a job over there. Solomon is one of the top computer technicians in the country, and he wants to move to Amsterdam. So he called me and said, "Dad, I already got my passport, and I think he's been hired already."
Oh, good.
So and he's already learned Dutch.
Gotcha.
You know, and he's a Bible scholar.
Yeah.
You could talk to Solomon about anything in the Bible. He can almost tell you off the top of his head.
And since you mentioned that he's talking Dutch, that's another area that I put special emphasis on is young people learn these learn these languages.
Yes, sir.
Learn these languages because it is present, and you need to learn how to estar español. I mean, it's just all kind of. You need to know how to parler français.
That's
you know,
right.
I need to know how to express the Dutch. You need to learn these languages because it's imperative that you do. And I convey this because we're getting ready to close this book up because I know time is running out on us, and time is very important. We cannot waste time. And so what I must convey to you young people as well as adults, respect the police, respect yourself. Number one, respect yourself, and you're going to be able to make it and learn how to communicate. Communication is your number one source on the globe, so you learn how to communicate. And Dr. D, she comes on the station about 2 times a month, so you want to check in on her program. And what I must say, one final word, because I'm wrapping it up. I'm wrapping it up like it's bacon on steak there, Brother Henry.
You're doing very well.
Okay. We want to thank God for all of you fine people. They've heard about the man and drive from Maine to Spain, from Tokyo to Mexico, from Indianapolis to Minneapolis. Like the farmer told the potato, I'm going to plant you now, but I'll dig you later. And I'll see you driving off I-75. We'd love to see you out there. Have a beautiful ride and have a lovely, beautiful day. And thank you so much for your lovely time. And Mr. Engineer, thank you for everything that you have worked with us on this program and working with the man and drive traveling I-75. I'll see you. I'll be headed right back to I-75 to gather some news you can use and some information you can carry on vacation. Thank you. I'll see you.